Well, another little tech tip. I did this with my class, and a lot of them were like, "What? I didn't know you could do that." So what we're going to do is open up our Google Sheet, blank one, and we're going to build a graph. And when I say we, Google does most of it for you. The program is wonderful. I learned how to do this on an Excel sheet program when I was back in college, and it was pretty cool. It doesn't take much adjustment to learn how to do it with Google Sheets. So without further ado, let's make up some data. Let's say it's March Madness. Let's say there's a few basketball teams, and we wanted to know, let's say we're in the Final Four, and we wanted to look at all of the points scored by the teams, okay? So we could say, all right, who's in the Final Four? I don't even know. Let's say, let me see. Let's say Purdue, Gonzaga, I think is one. Let's say Arkansas, and so you got Arkansas, and let's put Kansas in here. Please don't. I'm not a college sports fan. I don't know if these teams are still in it or not. I think they were at one point. So let's just say these were the teams, hypothetically, that made it to the Final Four, and we wanted to know. We wanted to be able to represent visually the points scored. I'm going to make the points up. Let's say Purdue scored 85 during that round of the playoffs. Let's say Gonzaga scored 82, Kansas scored 75, and Kansas scored 65. Okay, we don't know who played who in our hypothetical, but I think Kansas probably lost. So what I'm going to do now, and this works for any kind of data set that you have. If you want to turn it into a chart or a graph, you're going to highlight the range of data that you're interested in putting in a chart or graph. And you're going to come up to insert, bring down to chart. Very simple. It does it for you. It just takes that data and puts it into a bar chart in this case. If you want something different, you can change the type. I like this one for our scenario because we were talking about total points. So I could easily come back and say, you know what was the sum? So I could say equals, forget how to do that. But anyway, I could add them up. I have another video where I actually add up. Let me see if I can remember. I think it was equals B1 pull through, maybe? No, it had to be plus B2 plus B3. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, plus B4. And I could add that together that way. And I'd know out of that total 307, of course, the automatic thing here that they made is by percent. What percent of points were scored by each of the schools. But isn't that kind of neat? Okay. I guess I'll probably need to make another. I don't want these videos to go too long. I could probably make another one on how. I think there's a way you can highlight the whole set, and then you can go in and do some quick math. Yeah, sum right there. That's it. So you can do it that way. Okay. Another thing you can do is change the type, which I already showed you a little bit how to do. So you can do that. We can delete, start over. I can edit it. So by type again, I can customize. I can change in colors, things like that. I could, if it's appropriate, I might do a line chart. What else? What if I want to add a title or header? So chart area, chart style, chart, here we go. Chart and axis titles. So now I could say for my chart title, total points scored Final 4, 2022, whatever you want to put. Okay. And that's nice. I could also go to my different axes and title those. So theme, can I? I should be able to. Chart title. Oh, here we go. Axis title. So horizontal, I want my schools. That is so simple. And I haven't done this in a long time, and you can see how quickly you can remember. But you play with it, and you can relearn or teach yourself here. Let's go points scored. There you go. Then you have, your more full graph there with a title and your axes labeled. So that's a pretty quick lesson. Hopefully it's not too long on how to let Google Sheets do most of the work for you on making a custom graph. So if you're a student and you're doing any kind of science project, math project, anything that you need to input some numbers, if you're doing social studies work where you're looking at populations, might be something where you could use this. And it's handy because if you're looking for, I have students all the time, they're looking for a pre-made, in other words, somebody else's work. They're looking for a graph out there that can represent what they need for their project. And it's like, just make your own. That way it's exactly custom made for what you need. And this allows you to do that. So without further ado, I think that's it. Thumbs up if you liked, if you found it useful, subscribe. I do a little bit of everything.